I'm Reverend Pat Freudenthal, the Executive Director and Pastor at Community Care Fellowship. Last year we served 44,000 plates of food here to the homeless community and nearly homeless, and we're on track to almost meet that again this year. We provided 127,000 services to the homeless community, from showers, laundries, clothing, hygiene items, counseling, mailing address, all those services we provide here for our homeless guests. Discrete individuals, I'll see between 750 to 1,200 individuals in a given year. A lot of those folks stay with me every day of the week that we're open. I heard about the backpack bed from Wendy Overlock, who's over at Loaves and Fishes, another service provider. She brought it by here one day following a meeting and unrolled it for me, and some of the homeless guys were outside. It is an amazing invention. The homeless guys were just so excited to see a product out there designed to meet their needs. I think it really can add to improve the quality of life for many of our guests. We can see folks coming in here, particularly on Mondays where we are closed on Saturday and Sunday, in all kinds of conditions. Our job is to provide dignity and personhood to them as they come here. I know some of our guests sleep underneath trees and bushes. Those with tents actually are better off than a lot of the folks who are sleeping. I have some guys who actually sleep in a cemetery because it's a little more protected. Several of the guys will sleep in doorways. We do have some overnight shelters here in Nashville, but that's not always conducive to what they're trying to sleep in. When they come in, particularly if it's been a bad weather weekend and they're just rain soaked, everything they have is wet, from their clothing to their backpack to their goods, and they're just needing some place where they can get those items cleaned. And some of them are just sleeping with a bucket they found as their table, as their only way of protecting their personal belongings. Some of them, when they get to us, not only are they wet, but they're dirty. They'll have, as though they've been hiking in the woods for several days when they get to us. Just what's in their clothing and in their bodies, they're just kind of covered with that. In the summer, we see a lot of fleas that they bring in, other kind of critters that you get from the woods. From time to time, we'll have some folks come in with body lice, not just hair lice, but body lice, because of the sleeping conditions that they're in. Some of the guys will actually climb into abandoned cars and sleep there overnight if they can. And a couple of them I've found as I've driven around at night just sleeping on the sidewalk. A backpack bed would provide them shelter, for one thing. They won't get as wet. They will have a place that's also safe where they can look out through the little portal that they can. It would also provide them a means of barrier to the ground, some kind of comfort there. It's lightweight, it's easy for them to carry around. It also is of a color that I think will keep them hidden if they are sleeping outside, and possibly keep them a little safer than they are right now. One of the things I learned very quickly when I first came here several years ago is that every homeless person is unique. They're a child of God. They have stories. They're someone's brother, someone's son, someone's daughter. Some of them are on the streets for no fault of their own. They got ill and that used up all of their personal resources. Right now I see a lot of folks that are homeless because factories have closed. They're out of work. Some of them are on the streets because they're mentally ill and they have fallen through the gaps. But every one of these homeless individuals are guests in our home, but they are a child of God and they need to be treated with dignity, with respect. It's amazing when you look into their eyes, call them by their name, and simply have a conversation where they're not an object but a person, what that can do for them. Every one of them is a story.